Hello, once again, this is Charles from the US United Clan, and this is a video of us playing Domination and dominating. This is a really good game. From a previous video in which we discussed for a subscriber of how we play Domination, how we set up a class usually, and our strategy with using those classes with each other in a team. Here you can see on the right hand side my score streaks UAV, which has, you know, support, threat detection, and scrambler on it, and it's very effective once you get it. It's a little bit expensive. I think it's one of the last ones I actually get, which leads into the other ones like I discussed before. That's the use of the UAV, while other teammates have just UAV with support and threat detection to make them quicker. And so on, my point is that I'm the power player here in this game. That's why my score streaks are the Warbird, the Paladin, and the Aerial Assault Drone. And then, like I said earlier in the class strategy video, which you can find in the description below, in order to run this, you have to run with people who run support, like system hacks and UAVs on a constant basis. And as you can see through this video, that's what we did. And that's why I chose these score streaks, is to coincide with my teammates' score streaks as well. And it worked out really well. You're about to see here. So, excuse me. So, on my Warbird, let me just discuss these score streaks in detail here. On the Warbird, I had AI control with extra time. Some of our teammates really can get into the really good power modes, and all that stuff. They run rockets on them, and it's not a bad deal. I watched it a little bit this weekend during Clan Wars, and they were wrecking havoc with them. And it's not something we talked about before. It's not something we made plans to use. He just threw it on there and tested it out, and it's a really good idea. So it's something that we're definitely going to pursue. As you can see now, I got all three of my power score streaks right away, right in order: the Aerial Assault Drone, the Paladin, and the Warbird. And you can see I'm still waiting for the UAV. And also, like I said in the video scratch strategy, we use the Aerial Assault Drone first in the first round, and possibly use the Paladin and the Warbird, but it depends on how close we get to them with the rest of them. And there I played the UAV so I can add into those streaks and continually progress towards another Aerial Assault Drone, but I just died, so it's okay. It happens, So the Aerial Assault Drone actually netted me 2 kills there, in case you didn't see it, whatever, and I'm gaining a lot of points from the UAV to go back towards the score streaks. So anyway, on the Paladin, I have nothing. There's just nothing on it. You don't really need anything, except for maybe extra time, which if that's available. But other than that, there's just nothing there for you to really use. Would be, more than what you're doing now. So I don't bother with that. I just run in the Paladin as regular, whatever. The Aerial Assault Drone, I run rockets and aerial or IEI control. And the reason why is because I really want it to go on its own and possibly defend or neutralize opponents on their spawning flag, or even a neutral flag in which they're trying to take or whatever, because it will seek out. It does have target acquisition actually built into it, I believe. At least it's the way it acts. I believe you could actually increase that too. I'm not real sure, but it's something to look into as maybe a possible extra ability. But it's only worth 850, I believe, or 825 maybe with those two on there. And then the Paladin just by itself is like 850. So they just pop right in order from one kill to the next. The Warbird's a little bit more, it's like 1100, but that's no big deal. And then my UAV is 1400. This is the setup I'm using. I'm using the Bow Inferno here, I believe, or maybe it's the Obsidian Steed, I'm not sure, whichever. They're both elite. With the target finder and foregrip on it. This is a pattern in which I've discussed before. Most of the time I actually use the hybrid, like I discussed before. Most of my teammates use just regular iron sights, depending on how they're running, and we discussed all that. But your gun is personal to you. It's how you like to run it. It's how you feel to run it. The attachments and all that, they only give you slight abilities. They're not really all, souped up like people think they are to give you some enormous ability over someone else's. Um, for example of that, it's very hard to tell whether or not quick draw really works. I never tested it. I don't know if it really works or not. It's something that maybe you can look at someone else's channel like Drifters. He seems to be the technical guru when it comes to Call of Duty games. I recommend him if you're looking for that, interested or whatever. As you can see here, our plan is working well. Our plan as a team is to one, dominate the field, but hold them in a specific area across the board. So what we do, as you can see here, we have a line that coincides across the entire map, and we keep them in their spawn position. We're not trying to take their spawn because we don't care that they have a flag to spawn on. We want that because that gives us neutrality, of where we need to go and what line we don't cross. The only time we actually do cross is when it's necessary to take their flag. Like we attempt now just to draw them in. As you can see, Capital kind of messing with them a little bit. Sometimes we'll neutralize the flag and then we'll move off of it, whatever. But we want them to come to us to get kills and increase our ability to play and get more score streaks and add system hacks. As you can see, this entire round, well, before system hack with disabled streaks. They haven't ran one streak on us in the second half at all whatsoever. Now this is during Clan War, so this is an equal group to us that we were paired against, and this is what we do naturally. We're pretty good at domination, which is great. We love it. So when you want to play, make sure your team coincides with your plans of how you do it. I'll put out a video of exactly how domination should be ran and the best strategy to be able to make your team better with domination. And comments and all that are welcomed. If you have a certain strategy that you go to, man, hey, let us know, man. Or start a comment thread on it, and we'll see here. Here I'm using my final score streak. I let everybody else use their warbirds. We try not to run subsequent or at the same time score streaks on top of each other's, because it just isn't beneficial for the entire team. It's better just to do them singly. Check with your teammates. Make sure that you have room and time to do it, and that way you're not stepping on anybody's toes, and they get what they need, and the team gets what they need. And that's what's most important. Like I said, the most important thing in this game is your team, whether you support, communicate, and whatever. But thank you for watching.